Hey, Tony Gas is here, popping in. Now, I read this article where about this gentleman, Tony Clark, and this is the type of stuff that I'll be talking about, and I want every man to understand this too, and also for women to learn the limitations of some men. And the thing about it is, it's not just some men in the sense of it could be any man. Unfortunately, this man name is Tony. Like, come on, bro. Tony Clark. And this is a site called thecut.com. And it says for months now, the Major League Baseball Players Association, the union representing pro baseball players, has been embroiled in scandal after reports emerged that the organization is facing a federal investigation into its finances. On Tuesday, things took a turn for the messy. The union announced that its executive director, Tony Clark, was resigning after more than a dozen years in the top role. Though many assumed his departure was related to the federal probe, according to ESPN, he stepped down after an internal investigation revealed an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who was hired by the union in 2023. Oh, the details of his alleged relationship with his sister-in-law remain unclear, but Clark has referred to his wife, Frances, in interviews and shares 3 children with her. They posed together at an MLBPA party as recently as 2023. The union's federal investigation was opened in November 2024 after a whistleblower filed a complaint against Clark with the National Labor Relations Board that reportedly accused him of self-dealing, misuse of resources, abuse of power, and nepotism. The complaint apparently expressed concern about a large office Clark built in Arizona, where he lives and where his sister-in-law apparently began working after it opened in 2023. It's unclear how the office construction is related to Clark's alleged behavior. Per ESPN, the union opened an internal investigation in the wake of the federal case, which is how its leaders caught wind of Clark's alleged inappropriate relationship. In a statement to The Cut, the union confirmed Clark had resigned but did not comment on the reason. The strength of this union is and will always be the solidarity of our membership, the union said. We have a long history of fighting for the rights of every player, and we're committed to making sure we can continue that fight successfully. The federal investigation, per ESPN, remains ongoing. Now, this is so sad, and this is what I want y'all to understand, and this is what I try to get men to understand, is that you have to get your loins in order. You got to gain the discipline in your life, because when put in close proximity to an opportunity, if you have not properly prepared for that test, you will fail. Now, what's not clear to me is whether this is his sister-in-law, meaning his brother's wife, or is sister-in-law your wife's sister. That's what's not clear to me, because I'm like, if it's his brother wife, now that really don't sound too likely. Like, that really is not something that a man typically don't do there. Now, his wife's sister, that sounds more likely and something that a man will do, because men know men, and a man know you'll lose your life. Like, if I had a brother and I found out he was doing something with my wife, he going to meet the Lord. And if I can't get off on second degree or get some type of probation or parole, I'm going up the road with a smile on my face. And so I really don't I'm curious about that. But then this is a brother. And this is the thing that black men got to get under control. You have got to get yourself under control so that when you get to the highest level, because here we got Tony Clark, who now got to step down for an inappropriate relationship. And it say he been running the organization for 12 years or something like that. And then you got access to the funds. So basically what they saying is he could have built that big office out of them MLB funds, because the way a players organization works is the players give a percentage of their earnings so that this organization can hire the staff to go and fight for them when it's time to bargain on the collective bargaining agreement. And when the owners and the league cannot come to terms with the association, the players association, then they boycott and they have a lockout where no games or practices or anything goes on until the players get what they demanding. And so the NBA has had a lockout, and that was 2011, Kyrie Irving's year. And I didn't get to speak to the rookies that year. So the rookies, they watched us on video after the lockout. They watched our videos from 2010 because of the lockout. And so I can't remember if maybe hockey has had a lockout. Can't remember if baseball has had one, that I can remember. They probably have though, but they could be getting ready for another lockout. And then here go this brother who is in position. I mean, it ain't nothing but 9 black MLB players. So it's like for them to even have, and it's not literally 9, y'all, it might be 50 or something, but for them to have a black man at the helm of a largely non-black league, that says a lot. And just like the NFL, which is mostly black though, they had a black man at the head. The NBA have a black man at the head. So what they trying to do is they try to put us at the head of those type of organizations where it mean a lot, but it means less than being an owner of a team. So they don't really want you in a position where you dealing with for-profit money. But when you're dealing with non-profit money, these associations be non-profit for the most part, or typically. And so when you're dealing with non-profit money, they're okay with that. And then, but here's the thing. They also put us in position a lot of times with the hopes that we are positioned and not prepared, so that they can tell that, so that they can run and they can say, hey, we gave him an opportunity. We gave him a job. We put him in place, and you see what he did. Nah, y'all gonna keep begging. Y'all gonna keep asking. Y'all keep crying for a seat at the table. Then we give you a seat at the table, and then you die of gluttony. And so that's how they want to do. So I got to shoot a little video. It just hit me while I'm thinking about this for Instagram. And I'll be right back. Hey, Tony guys here. I'm back now. Of course, you ain't missed nothing. But listen, you got to prepare. And this is for men, but this also for women. Because just like the young lady, Fannie Willis, was it Fannie Willis? Here she is. She in position and not prepared. She sitting there in the office, but then went to sleeping with the other man, the man who in office or whatever he was, lawyer. And then now she on the stand, not now, but when it happened, here she is on the stand, and the whole world got to hear her business about getting waxed by this man because she had never thought about the conflict of interest. She had never thought about tall, dark, and handsome approaching her to put meat leg on her in the workplace. While she supposed to be doing business and doing work, she getting worked. And the same thing with these men. So you got to think about that. And this is in every area of life. Now, commercial break, make sure you click the link in the description to own a piece of the future revenue of the channel. You'll see the top link right there. Read all the details, instructions, and information. It's being hosted by Gigastar Market. This is my second drop with them. The first one was very amazing, and you'll see the amount on the page or in my video on the page of how much we've already distributed to my investors of the channel. And so make sure if you invested in that one that you make sure your account is connected and you set up and you done went through it, because it's not a donation. It is an investment. So every single month that the channel earns, you earn, whether that's a penny or a dollar or whatever it is based on your percentage that you bought. Every month the channel earns, you earn. So understand that. But the link is in the description. Join us. You'll see how much time we got left. Don't think it's many days, but hey, we pushing. So think about this now, because I got another video that's going out that probably already went out. I'm not sure, where I'm telling y'all about the situation of the men who using y'all. And because you get in position, now you a VP, now you a whatever it is, business owner, now you six-figure earner, and then here come this man to use you because you hadn't sat and thought about the test that you was gonna face. You hadn't thought about the test that you was about to have to go through when you get on. See, you were thinking about having somebody, just like what Fantasia going through right now. And I'm gonna tell you this right here now, that little smoke that's put out there on Fantasia's situation, it might be for her good. Although it may be frustrating, although it may be stressful, it might be for her good. And everything that she thinks true might not be true. Because one thing about me now, being a relationship coach and being a man, I know when it's a natural and authentic connection. And I saw an older video of her husband talking, and they was talking about submission, and he was quoting me verbatim. So that let me know he probably heard my message, whether he heard it out my mouth or he heard somebody else quote me verbatim and he quoted them. God know God ain't give it to us all. And if he did, your life gonna be dedicated to being a relationship coach and doing that right there. But just even looking at him and feeling his spirit right there, I got scammer. I ain't get honest. And I'm just telling you, and I could be, and I'm hoping I'm 1,000% wrong. I hope I'm 1,000% wrong. But we'll see, when you in the public eye, you have to deal with public scrutiny, public opinions, public criticism, all of that, because you're in the public eye. So when you come online to give relationship advice as a couple, then your relationship is going to be analyzed because you put your relationship in the public eye, trying to talk about something that you're not authorized to talk about because you only been together for a snap of a finger. When that older video I seen, because now he got this long old big old beard. Back then he had a beard like mine. And I'm gonna tell you now, that right there is how y'all be getting used. Now let's hope and pray she ain't getting used. But that ain't what that mean though. And so you have to make sure that you doing the work, that you taking and you preparing for the position you're going to be in. And what you also got to do is you got to make sure that you inspect what you expect. So the same way how this man running this organization and got a whole wife and 3 kids, and he having an inappropriate relationship with this woman, with a sister-in-law now. So guess what wife should have been doing? Inspecting what she expecting. How is it that the probe, the federal probe or the investigation caught this inappropriate relationship before his wife caught it? So that means they had to subpoena his company phone and email. Like that means that in that investigation, he had to turn over that company, the organization's property, which is that phone, his business phone and business email. And it must have been in there where they found some illicit messages, because they can't look at his personal phone. They ain't got nothing to do with them. And so they seen some messages or some emails or some videos or something that let them know this is an inappropriate relationship. Or they had some witnesses or somebody had seen them doing something or heard them doing something and then testified on them. Or the sister-in-law testified. Somebody said something. And see, that's the thing what I try to help y'all understand. You got to get prepared. You got to get prepared, because it gonna come a time and a day and a place to where you gonna get tested. And if you ain't prepared, or you gonna have to pay the piper, or you gonna need to be investing in the channel and get you a couple bucks here, but you gonna need another stream of income because you weren't prepared. So that's what you got to realize there. You got to realize that there now. So listen to me. See, and I be praying and I be preparing and I be getting ready. I'm like, Lord, show me, Lord, show me the test. Lord, what she gonna look like? Lord, what she gonna look like? Lord, is it finna be a face card or is it finna be a derriere? Cause like, Lord, you know my weakness is that derriere. Now that face card, I really don't get too caught up on that now. Everybody beautiful in the sight of the Lord, but that derriere. So I have to be real with myself. I got to really, really prepare. I got to really be real. I got to really go all the way there. And you got to go in the trenches. You got to go to war with yourself in the dark to know what is your weakness. Who can tempt you? Who could get you? Who could knock you off your square? Because see, everybody got somebody now. Everybody could fall to something. And see, just the thing too. I'm doing another video on the Uncle Near situation. Again, positioned but not prepared. Positioned but not prepared. The sister, Fawn Weaver, she got a lot of people who don't know nothing about business, who ain't got no business, don't know nothing about business. She got a lot of people wrapped up on her Instagram that is very misled. And they think this got something to do with stealing a black person business, and it ain't got nothing to do with that. What it have to do with, because they'll take a white person business too. If you owe the bank $108 million, not 108,000, not 1.8 million, Not 11.8 million. 108 million. And you default on that loan, they coming to collect coins. But let her tell it. She telling a bunch of women and men who don't know nothing about business that this is a heist. And all she doing is hurting herself, because the judge being submitted these videos of her talking about this a heist. So now she's showing the judge that she is operating like a narcissist and that she has no remorse, because the judge could look at the numbers and see that this ain't no heist. Like, man, if it was a heist, they would have been took the company. They would have been foreclosed on the loan. The bank still paying for the operations, because they hoping that they trying to help you get over a hump, hoping that you could get to a point to where you could sell the company for enough to pay them back what you owe them. And if they sold every single thing right now, they can't even pay that 108 million. And that don't include the 250 million from investors. But people be out here dumb as a box of rocks, listening to everything and think everything about race. It ain't got nothing to do with race. It got to do with being positioned and not being prepared. That's what it got to do with. So, hey, and listen, I struggle too. I still learning. I still got a learning curve. I'm still learning business. I'm still tripping and falling and busting my lip in business. But I ain't finna come on here and talk about, it was like, hey, I had an oversight. Hey, did the wrong deal. Did this, did that. Hey, you got to admit that. You got to be open and honest about that. And that's what they not doing. So listen to me. Make sure you get it together now. Make sure you get it together. Hey, this is Tony Gasson. God bless you. Keep your head up. All the important links in the description. Meet me on the road, one of the live events. Grab a piece of the future revenue of the channel. God bless you. More videos on the way. We'll talk soon.